The two-tier mirror glaze? Two-tier mirror glaze?
Look at Cat. Cat again. Oh. Come on. I wanted you in my video, baby. She said, not today, bitch. Feed me, bitch. Fair warning to this video, to all of you Jeremiah stans. This is not an attack on you or Jeremiah Fisher or Gavin. As much as this video is gonna seem like Jeremiah slander, because it kind of is, I still want to preface that I don't hate this character. As fun as all the memes are, oh my god, I'm living for these cacao memes. It's cacao belly. Cacao is the bean. It's the bean. It's the bean belly. It's the bean. What a problematic king. You know how there's unproblematic kings? This is a problematic king. As fun as it is to be quite a united front, seeing how many people think his behavior is absolutely ridiculous this season, I still very much firmly believe that he is not a trash human. I don't think he is a terrible human being. There's actually a lot of nuance to his character, and I appreciate Jenny Han especially because not only in the books but in the show, it exemplifies a lot of different layers to this character, and that he's not just this one-note narcissistic guy, but there's a lot more going on as humans are. Just for the preface there, before I really get into it there, before I have the pitchforks and knives in my comments being like, bitch, you hate this man and it's unjustifiable, I will agree with you that he's not bad. He's not a bad guy. However, one argument that I want to disprove that I have seen in multiple comments throughout the internet and social media is the fact that he apparently wasn't like this before. That the writers changed him, that he's terrible now for the sake of the plot, for plot convenience, and while I do agree that he is more annoying, and those annoying qualities are more heightened now in the season,
cacao is the bean.
I am here to argue that this man was always like this. There is no that he all of a sudden changed. They messed up his character. They did his character dirty this season. No, he actually was always like this. That is the topic. That is the tea today. I am going to go over these blatantly obvious cases in the first 2 seasons that exemplify Jeremiah was always this way. He was always self-centered, self-serving, manipulative, selfish, and potentially only after Belly because his brother had an interest and he knew that his brother saw her that way and he wanted something that his brother could not. He wanted to have something over his brother. Although I don't truly believe the last one wholeheartedly, I do think that he does love her in his own way, but I do feel like a part of that is weirdly fueled by his trying to one-up his brother. It's bizarre. I'm here with the receipts. This is a receipt video. So if you're not about that, if you're not about me essentially going over how Jeremiah was always this problematic human, and I'm so sorry, this is just not the video for you. But if you're open to listening to me, then I humbly appreciate that. In the first season, Jeremiah, I took note that he came across as this goofy, charismatic, golden retriever energy guy, and that he was always the light in the room and always the positive spirit in the room, and I appreciated that. I appreciated that a lot with him and his character. I can see why people started favoring Jeremiah over Conrad, especially in season 2, given that he is quite still that happy-go-lucky guy throughout the time. So all of that stays very consistent. Then the negative, and when it comes to him being this selfish, manipulative guy that seems to be exemplified in this 3rd and last season, he was always this way, starting with the firework.
Boom, boom.
Oh my god.
God, please, no.
Oh my god.
No.
When I first watched this, I was like, bitch, what the hell do you think you're doing? What the hell was that? Okay, so we are coming from 4th of July, and Conrad and Belly are having a heart-to-heart moment on the dock. It's getting intimate, it's getting real, they're looking at each other like they're about to eat each other's faces off. It's great, this is cinema. Then, out in the distance, Mr. Wonka over here just happens to be nearby and is like, I don't like that. I don't like the looks of that. And you know what he does? He blows a whole ass firework right next to them right before they're about to kiss.
You're a firework. Go and show them what you're worth.
Oh my god, did none of y'all clock this? When I saw that for the first time, believe me, I was shooketh. I was done shook. Because what? The way that is so not only petty but dangerous, because bro, if you didn't handle that firework properly, you could have blown Belly's face off. You could have blown your future ex-fiance's face off. How reckless. Blew me away. No pun intended. You're cracked. Jeremiah has cracked behavior. So that just goes to show how much of a petty and reckless guy that he can be from the start in season 1, because he's not thinking about them. He could have easily just watched them kiss. And then even so, if in the back of his head, he's like, I don't like this, I want Belly for me, he could have easily just let them kiss like a true gentleman and then fought for her like a true gentleman. Honorable, like an honorable guy. The decent, honorable thing to do, but no. He was like, I'm gonna block that so that I get a first kiss with her first, and then I'm gonna hang that over Conrad's head because I kissed her first. Even though they were supposed to kiss first, but I blocked that. But no, actually, they would have been first had it not been for your Katy Perry ass. Boom, 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 went away their kiss. So crazy enough from the start, right? And then to make matters this much more insane, right, in season 1, we then get to the next episode, and Jeremiah is gunning hard for Belly, okay? Mind you, for the first whatever episodes of this season, he looked at her like she's hot, right? He loves using that word. That's quite there in his vocabulary. But then on her date with Cameron, he's like so unbothered, right? He makes fun of him and teases, but very much giving, in my humble opinion, more like brotherly teasing vibes, you know? Like not as much jealousy vibes like how Conrad was. So he was fine, right? He was absolutely chilling out with Belly in the first few episodes here.
Look. Hot. Dude, gross. No, I don't want to watch Belly hooking up with some kid. You let her kiss you with those lips?
As soon as he sees his brother take interest in her and that his brother is about to get this girl, he's on Terminator mode to eliminate that pussy for himself. He's on a mission for that belly, for that stomach. He's gonna get his appetite on with that stomach. Next episode, okay, he's already plotting. He's just like, yeah, I gotta get to the thing early. I gotta go. Straight man Woodson gotta go. Another blonde problematic child. He's fishing. Okay, the fisher is fishing right now with Conrad being like, why are you in such a good mood? What's got you all elated today?
What's with a good mood? What were you guys doing out there anyway?
And it's not cute curious like how you would ask your friend, you know, oh, how was your day? What are you doing? It's very much investigative questioning. I know you guys were about to kiss. Are you gonna tell me that you guys were about to kiss? Are you about to tell me that you have feelings for her? And granted, I agree that Conrad should be more forthcoming with his feelings and he should be more communicative, but that still is in his right to keep to himself if he damn well pleases, okay? He don't gotta tell you shit right now, Jeremiah. Jeremiah, damn well knowing it, does not say a thing, does not himself confront Conrad and is like, hey, I saw you guys about to kiss last night. And what was that all about? He's not honest. He's not an honest guy. He's very manipulative. He even says to Conrad that he didn't even see them out there. He lies. He blatantly lies to his face. Conrad's like, yeah, you almost blew us up with a firework. And he's just like,
I said I was sorry. I didn't know you guys were out there.
Guess you did. Liar. Bitch ass. Sorry. I swear I don't hate Jeremiah. I don't hate him, okay? This is just for fun, okay? This is fun. We're having fun. Fast forward. He's like, yeah, I gotta get to the club early, blah, blah, blah. But in his head, he's plotting, right? He's plotting to get Belly, and that's exactly what he's doing. Goes to the club and starts dancing with her. Refused to tell Conrad that, right? That he had his own plans. And he himself, he accuses Conrad of And Belly even accuses Conrad of not being forthcoming, but Jeremiah himself too, right? Because this whole time he could have told Conrad that too, of, hey, I am going for Belly. I'm gonna get to the thing early because I want to dance with her because I think I'm feeling something for her. Easily could have, but doesn't. It's all sneaky little bitch about it. And afterwards, okay, this is really pivotal right here. This is really the highlight of showing of his manipulative ass ways right here, okay? This is what I mean. He's always been this person. We just refuse to see it because those damn blue eyes. We get lost in those damn blue eye oceans. Swimming. We're all swimming in Jeremiah's ocean eyes. He then is talking with Nicole and overhears that her and Shayla, sorry if I forget the name, they're talking about going to see Frank Ocean. So then Jeremiah's like, yeah, you should bring Conrad. And she's like, oh, you think he would be into that? And he's like, yeah, I think so. And they're like, oh my God, Jeremiah, you're such a good brother. And he's like, the plotting, this is what I need. He does all of these things for himself. Because the whole reason he did that was simply to get Belly to himself, was simply to get Conrad away so that he can pursue Belly without Conrad in the way. That's crazy. That's some manipulative ass work right there. Then, just to prove it that much further of his plotting ass ways, Conrad receives a text from Nicole inviting him to see Frank Ocean. He verbally says this to Jeremiah, and then Jeremiah pretends like he wasn't part of that, and it's like, oh, are you gonna go? And Conrad's like, yeah, I guess, why not? And Jeremiah's like, and that's it. Drinks his milk and then leaves. Oh my God. He did not even tell Conrad, hey, that was my idea, by the way. You're welcome. If he truly had good intentions, then he would have been like, hey, bro, you know, I thought you could use a break. I actually told her that she should take you. Or could have been like, oh, yeah, so she went through with asking you. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, she was talking to me about it earlier today. Just as casual as that. But no, he's deciding, no, he's choosing to keep that information away from Conrad, that he was part of any of that, and acting like he didn't know that that was a thing. All of these moving pieces to get Conrad away from Belly and to get Belly all to himself. So when I tell you, when people say that he is a changed guy in season 3, absolutely not. When people are saying that they're shocked and pissed that they found out that Jeremiah knew about winter, knew about Christmas, and Conrad and Belly seeing each other and then starting that fight, knowing this information and not communicating it with her, and screwed Lacey and then had that whole... Just so you know, this makes sense. I was not surprised because of this behavior right here. Gets information to himself, clocks it in, and then thinks about how he's going to use that for his own advantage, for his own self-serving purposes, and refuse to actually communicate with people how he's feeling or what he saw or what he knows. That is so bad. More so on the selfishness too, because in the finale, and then this one, I will give him some break because obviously can't dictate how people react to finding out that their mom has cancer and is dying. So I'll give him slack here. I'm not going to totally axe him for this, but just to show just a little bit more of that selfish behavior here. When the debutante ball is happening and he finds out his mom's sick and potentially dying, he goes to Conrad and he's just like, I have to tell you, and then realizes that Conrad already knew. And so then instead of processing or maybe having a discussion with him about it afterwards and not in public in front of a bunch of people, including Belly and his mom, not making a spectacle, he makes a spectacle. He fully tries to be Conrad's ass. And I say tries to because I don't think he does. But he tries to be Conrad's ass in front of everyone. Embarrassing. You're embarrassing. I don't know you. Don't look at me. His reaction was definitely very self and about himself of, you know, why didn't you tell me? I'm going to punch you in the face because you didn't tell me, your brother. It was very me behavior instead of lashing out that, like, your mom's literally dying. You could have taken that elsewhere. You could have taken that afterwards.
Catch me outside, how about that?
But again, I'll give him some slack because all of this could be very overwhelming. All of this would have a person feeling emotional and a bunch of emotions. So again, I'll give him some slack. After this, okay, come season 2. And then we continuously get more examples of how he is very much selfish, potentially narcissistic. I think he does have some narcissistic tendencies, to be honest. Not so much manipulative this season, I think, but definitely not looking at other people's perspective, definitely just thinking about yourself. So we start off the season and we see his initial reaction to finding out that Belly and Conrad kiss. And can I just say, the audacity, sir. The absolute audacity, because mind you, he knew that they were about to kiss. He knew that they would have been the first kiss had he not interrupted himself. Oh, he acts all surprised.
You kissed my brother.
As if you didn't see her about to kiss him before you. Yeah, okay, let's keep that in mind. His whole act of disgust and, oh my god, like, I can't believe you would do that type of thing. Nuh-uh, that's not flying with me, sir. You very well knew that they had feelings for each other. You very well knew this, and you interrupted it yourself, so don't give me that shit. I think this is a very ranty video. This is, like, way more ranty than I thought it would be. I'm sorry. Really sorry, y'all. I don't hate this man. He gets super petty during this as well. He's freaking out, finding out that they kissed and that she wants to be with Conrad. And he does everything. He pulls out some snarky remarks of, yeah, well, I'm happy I was just the distraction for you.
You know, I was just the distraction to keep you busy while you waited for Conrad.
And it's like, again, dude, you knew that though. You knew this though. Don't act all surprised. And then he even pulls out the mom card.
Great timing. It's not like my mom has cancer or anything.
Shut up! Shut up!
If you guys hadn't watched my other video, go ahead and watch it, of me comparing Conrad to Hardin Scott. But as I mentioned in that video, Conrad never pulls the mom card, okay? He never pulls the, yeah, my mom's dying, give me a break, give me a break. He never does that, which is great. But Jeremiah, oh, he damn well does. First chance he gets, okay? First thing that he finds out his mom's dying, a day or two later after they kiss, that Belly is telling him all this now, he pulls out the mom card immediately. Yeah, not like my mom's dying or anything.
It's not like my mom has cancer or anything.
Shut up. Shut up. It's not all about you. She is dying, but then she also has another son, your brother, Conrad, that Belly is very much in love with. Sorry. And then he also leaves the petty remark of, he's gonna break your heart.
He's gonna break your heart.
Thank you for that, Jeremiah. Lovely. Love to hear that from you. We didn't ask. Yeah, he'll break her heart because obviously she'll never fall in love with you the way she falls in love with Conrad. So there's no heart for you to break there. Did that eat? No, it didn't actually. For some reason, I thought that line was gonna go way harder. It actually did. Moving on. Yeah, there's like one episode, just to like mention as a side note. Belly talks about in one episode how Jeremiah has been there for her as well. But literally in the flashback that we get, we see Susanna's the one that pushes Jeremiah to be there for Belly.
Please, sweetie, to keep her company.
Belly's sick or something, and then Susanna's like, hey, Jeremiah, go play with Belly, or but go keep her company. And Jeremiah's like, why? Want to. He does it. He ends up doing it, but it's just, I just found that hilarious because I feel like this has to be intentional. Conrad would just do things for her because he wanted to without Susanna even asking. He would want to be there for her. But Jeremiah, his mom is literally asking him to be there for her, and he's like, complaining about it. I don't know if he's the guy you think he is, Belly. Then we get episode 5 in the season, and that's where we get Jeremiah's perspective. And this is where you really see, in my humble opinion, how far removed Jeremiah is from reality and how he, again, just has this laser focused vision on himself and not those around him. Later we find, when Conrad's confessing to his friend that he didn't have a moment of falling in love with Belly, that it was just always there, and that it was just, he just slowly woke up type of thing. So he was always in love with her. Whereas Jeremiah, He, in his head, is like, Conrad never wanted her.
He had no right, that he'd ignored Belly for all these years.
You sure about that? You sure about that?
What? Huh? Are you just that far removed from your brother and not paying attention to your brother that much and just self-interested that much that you have not clued in that your brother has been in love with Belly this whole time? Or are you just trying to convince yourself? He's been, Jeremiah. He's been in love, but he makes these comments internally. He didn't want her for years and now all of a sudden he does. And I'm like, nah, bro, that's you. What do you mean? Look in the mirror, bro. That's you. That just goes to show, again, self-centered person. And in the flashbacks that we see too, in the commentary, we see that Conrad is pleading with him to let him be with Belly, that he's in love with Belly. He's like, it kills me that I can't even tell her that I love her. So Jeremiah fully knows that Conrad is in love with Belly, right? He fully knows this, but still acts bitter. Still acts freaking bitter about it. And it's like, whatever, I'm not going to stop you guys. It's just so bizarre because he didn't have this passion towards Belly when she was seeing Cam Cameron. You know, where was this energy then? Was Cam Cameron not good enough? Excuse you. Justice for Cam Cameron.
Poor Cam Cameron. For the record, I liked him.
He's still pissy and bitter with Conrad at that point, even though Conrad has literally done nothing wrong. Get out of my face. You're the one that blew up the firework in their face and they're about to gas. And then this one, okay, this one especially gets me with this parallel, which is crazy, is the fact that we see them at Thanksgiving holding hands. They just simply have their hands held in the Thanksgiving dinner table, Conrad and Belly, and Jeremiah's looking at them like... And later on, ask Conrad, yeah, let me know next time you guys are together. When you bring her around and you guys are gonna be together, let me know, because I don't want to be around that. I can't stand being around you two, essentially. Cannot even stand seeing them just simply holding hands, right? Remember that? Remember that. Come a few years later, and Jeremiah and Belly are officially together, and he is rubbing it in Conrad's face. Are you kidding? That beach day when he's like, with Belly in front of Conrad, laughing and twirling around and whatever, and kissing, in Conrad's face, right in front of his freaking face. Wow. So him holding her hand simply at a Thanksgiving dinner was too much for you, but no, but you can go ahead and mac on her in front of your brother. Okay, cool. Awesome. Even then, when Jeremiah asks Conrad for them to be away from him anytime they're together, he respects this, right? He respects this boundary. Whereas Jeremiah just doesn't give a shit. Flaunts this very well knowing that his brother has been fully in love with Belly. It's just insane. That's insane work to me. Has me in the back of my head thinking, again, that this was one of those things of him wanting something over Conrad specifically. Again, I don't think that's entirely it, but I think it's partially it. And this proves that.
My whole life, I've looked up to Conrad. He's always been smarter, faster, just better.
Self-centered ass. Throughout the episode again, like, it's just more focused on him being mad at Conrad and his behavior, how he dropped the ball on prom and that he would have never dropped the ball on prom, even though, bro, he was depressed because your mom was dying. Sure, maybe it's easy for you to say that, but if you were actually in that position, who would know? Who knows? Maybe you would have dropped the ball too. You don't know that. People grieve differently, so maybe Jeremiah was more emotionally cool and accepting of his mom dying, but Conrad wasn't, and that's totally in Conrad's right. I don't think Jeremiah had any right to judge Conrad for that. He's like, I would have been there for Belly, and I'm like, no, you wouldn't. Been there cheating? Been there trying to manipulate her? Sure. Last season, season 3, again, like, he just keeps throwing Belly around in Conrad's face and keeps making these comments. We're family now. We're gonna be family. You get that, right? Right? Come with us to ice cream. Why aren't you gonna come with us to ice cream? I do believe that behavior is stemming from this deep-rooted hate of, maybe not hate of Conrad, but just wanting to one-up Conrad. And this episode really solidified that to me with how much he kept talking about Conrad and referring to Conrad and his relationship with Belly instead of just thinking about Belly herself. That's really all I had to talk about today. These are the receipts from the past seasons. Let me know if I missed any glaring ones. I really tried my best to look for the most glaring ones of how he was always this way as a human. Was always selfish and had narcissistic tendencies. Thinks about himself instead of others and puts himself above others and his wants and needs above others. Let me know all of your thoughts. I want to reiterate, I do not hate this man. I want to reiterate that he has redeeming qualities and some great qualities to him. Sure, he does. He was always this way. They have presented this character to us since the beginning, you guys. And I'm tired of people saying otherwise. I'm tired of people saying that they changed him in season 3. His issues are more blaring in this season, for sure. It's definitely more heightened now that they were about to get married. Definitely was amplified and magnified, but it was always there. The seeds were always there. And I appreciate the writing in that sense because it is consistent. They didn't just do a 180 for the sake of ruining a character or making Conrad look better. Sure, some of it like a bit nuts, like the whole cacao thing, right? The cacao thing is a bit much, okay? For the most part, yeah, the seeds were planted. The seeds were quite there. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know if you are Team Jeremiah and you just watched this video to hate me for pointing these things out. If you're Team Jeremiah and you couldn't appreciate this other take, he is not perfect, he is flawed, but doesn't mean that he is the absolute horrible human being. Thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time. Mwah.